on the spot. We are live and bringing you the Nintendo 3DS launch straight from Tokyo, Japan. The GameSpot crew has been in line all night and they'll be broadcasting from Akihabara Electric Town, where they'll be unboxing Nintendo's new handheld and playing games like Pro Evo 3D, Super Street Fighter 4 3D, Ridge Racer 3D, Professor Layton and the Mask of Miracle, and much, much more. We're live today on the spot.
Welcome to the GameSpot Studios for another live episode of Today on the Spot. Sophia and Chris here with you again.
Yes, live. It's kind of exciting when it's live.
I know, it was great fun yesterday. We covered Microsoft stuff, but today we're on to Nintendo.
Yes, and we're actually traveling to the future. We have editors out in Japan who waited in line to get a 3DS, and they are going to come join us live and do an unboxing.
Yeah, later on we're going to go live to Japan. They've got games, they've got systems. We're going to talk all about that, and they're going to answer your questions. So if you want to ask, be sure to send your questions to @GameSpot on Twitter. And they'll be answering those from Japan. And first, we got a few segments that sort of chronicled how these guys came to get the 3DS. Because
Not easy.
It's no easy feat. First up, you had to wait in a line. So let's see what that experience was like, waiting in a line on the other side of the Pacific Ocean. What do you imagine it was like?
I think it was raining, possibly cold.
Really?
So
even better.
I
this
think
should be
Ricardo
good.
bought his Snuggie, so let's take a look.
All right.
Hello and good morning. We are in line here, as you saw, at the Akihabara Yodobashi camera, and we're here with a bunch of Japanese folks, and we're all in line for Nintendo 3DS, which launches today. We've been in line for a couple hours. It's a little cold, so like many people here, I am excited, but I'm excited on the inside, much like Sean, who is standing right next to me. Sean, share with the people.
I'm not only excited on the inside, I'm also excited on the outside and most sides of my body. Now, we were a little bit worried because we walked around here last night and we didn't see anybody like preparing to get in line. There's no people with tents, no people with like thermoses full of hot liquid to make them survive through the night. So we weren't sure if there's going to be a lot of turnout, but clearly there is, because this is just one segment of the line. They've actually got it divided into several different sub-lines. So there's a lot of people, and there seems to be a lot of excitement over the 3DS here, right, Ricardo?
Yes, now one thing to remember is the excitement's a little muted because only the people that were able to pre-order it are going to get one today. It sounds like most of the stores throughout Tokyo don't really have units for people that didn't pre-order. So there's going to be no walk-ins today, I don't think. They got games, they got the Cradle, which they're selling separately here. But unless you pre-ordered it, which we did, thank God, you won't be getting one today. So it's kind of cool, though. It's a good crowd, and nobody really cares that it's totally freezing. They're just here, they're devoted. We've seen actual families back there towards the other end of the line. Like, this is like a whole family thing, so it's kind of cool. Sean, say something. I gotta cover my face.
Fortunately, I'm not that freezing cold right now because yesterday Takeshi tricked me into eating deep-fried whale. So my theory is that I have absorbed that animal's strength, and so now I have like a human blubber sort of thing going on here. So I'm feeling pretty warm. I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm excited to get my hands on a 3DS.
And there you go. We are going to continue to stay here for a couple hours. It is almost 7 a.m. here in Japan on Saturday morning. Stores open at 8:30. We're clearly going to be here a while because then we have to filter in and like grab all the stuff. So until then, we say to you people in the past, greetings from the future, and we are really cold.
Looks kind of chilly.
Yeah, they look cold, but it looks like it's fun waiting in line. Have you ever had to wait in a giant line like that all night?
I waited for a Wii. It wasn't super giant, but it was cold. But you kind of had without the language barrier, there's sort of this camaraderie of like, yes, we're all up early and like not real happy about it, but happy that we're going to get the system. So that was pretty cool. How about you?
Not for a console. I usually have someone else wait in line for me. I've waited in line for concert tickets.
Concert tickets?
Yes, that's always fun in the middle of the night, yeah.
So that was a look at what they had to go through to get to the line. We're going to check in later and see what it was like actually getting their hands on it. And of course, the live unboxing and demoing of a bunch of games. That's happening later in the show. They're also going to be answering all your questions then, so be sure to send us questions to @GameSpot on Twitter, and they'll be all queued up to answer those. But next up, we got to check in on another continent because GameSpot is worldwide.
Apparently, yeah, so while they're freezing their buns off in Japan, apparently our Australian team actually got their hands on a 3DS.
I guess they did. I mean, Australia has like these magical resources because they're closer to Japan, I think.
Maybe less of the Pacific to cross.
Yeah, they get the Nintendo connection earlier than we do. So our Australian counterparts at GameSpot AU put together a hardware feature on the 3DS, and we're going to run that for you right now. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, welcome back to the couch, and we've got our hands on this guy, the 3DS. It's the replacement to the DSi and the DSi XL, because we're going to have a bit of a run through on the hardware itself and what everything looks like. You've got the model there.
Yeah, this is a cyan blue one.
Give us an overview of the features on that.
Right, so I guess the biggest change is obviously there's now an analog stick. It's on the top left-hand side. It feels very similar like what the PSP had before. There's a familiar D-pad and all the buttons as well as the shoulder buttons. Like the DSi XL and the normal DSi, it also has an SD slot as well.
And it's a nub rather than a multi-directional D-pad.
It's
so
not
you
like
can do full 360 on it.
Exactly. It's not your traditional analog stick, but at the end of the day, like you couldn't really close it up if it was a traditional analog stick.
And the layout itself, we've got a home button now, which is new.
Yeah, we do. We have the home button and the start button, as opposed to those being on the right-hand side. They're now directly under the screen.
And multitasking.
Yeah, and I guess one of the more important features of this is that the 3D depth slider is now on the right-hand side of the screen.
So what's the big function of the 3D slider? Is that just to adjust the level of 3D that you're comfortable with?
Pretty much. For some people, it might make them feel a bit ill, or for most people, like it'll work, and it's just a matter of finding that level that feels comfortable for you. And it doesn't seem like there's set levels. It's very adjustable, and there seems to be a fairly good ratio, and it fits to whatever scale you want, really.
Cameras, plenty of them. Where are they?
2 on the front, right there, and 2 there rather, and then 1 on the front, so it can do 3D photos as well.
Now let's turn it around and have a look at some of the other options. We've got a wireless switch, which is new for the 3DS.
It's very handy because I mean before it was all through the software, but now you can just do it straight from the hardware, which makes saving battery life a lot easier.
Other than that, the other side there, we've got a volume switch, which obviously is pretty standard for the DS family, and an SD card slot. Other than that, it looks more or less like a DS.
Yeah, I mean, essentially in the hand it feels exactly the same, except for now when you're looking at it, you're looking at a 3D image as opposed to a 2D image.
Battery-wise, what are we talking here?
I believe it's between 3 to 5 hours.
And that's with everything turned on, obviously. If you crank it down, you're on a plane, for example, turn off the wireless, you'll get a little bit more battery out of that. I think we're looking at between 4 and 8 hours for DS use as well, since you'll be able to use DS cartridges in the 3DS.
Well, thanks to Dan and James down under. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. It sounded really dumb, but I had to do it. Thanks for that hardware look at the 3DS. We're going to be looking at one live in just a few minutes. Again, send those questions to our GameSpot Twitter account, @GameSpot. Sophia, it seems like you've got the black color and you've got sort of the teal color.
Right.
What do you think?
I like the teal. Every time one of the handhelds launch, I am a big fan of blue, obviously. But they always have white or black, or I don't know. I don't even think red comes until later. So I'm always looking for blue, and they finally have it, so I kind of want it.
Kind of deliver. So have you put a pre-order in yet, or are you sort of not dove in yet?
It's hard to say because I'm kind of banking on Ricardo to get me one in Japan with the games.
Hint. Very subtle.
They're going to be buying one soon, plus a lot of games. Is that coming up next? We get to see them buy games?
Yes, I believe so.
Ooh.
We're going to go ahead and do that, right?
All right, let's check it out. So they are going to buy some games for us to play with later.
Of Yodobashi camera, that mob of people that you saw at the bottom got funneled into the store all the way up to the 6th floor to buy stuff. What's really interesting is that there's a new Kamen Rider toy that came out, so there is also another mob of people roaming buying these toys, and that's why they've made one combined line and they're flinging everybody everywhere. So there's 8 launch titles, there's a ton of accessories, you pick some up. There's a mob of us, we're good. Where's my card? Sweet, thanks. So we're walking. Actually, you know what? I gotta show them that poster that we're not gonna get for the office. I'm gonna show them that. But before I do, come on. So over here, we've got like what's basically the dedicated 3DS section that they've had leading up to launch. You've got consumers that have kind of snuck on in and are checking it out. This is all stuff that you guys have seen, but you know, we kind of wish that we had these kinds of stores back home to show all the cool stuff off. Now, over here by the front of the line, we've got Wi-Fi hubs, like all the stuff that you'd basically want to get ready for your 3DS. Screen protectors, cases, additional cradles that you might want to buy, although it does come with one. But no. All right, now over here, you've got like the whole display. I do have to show you guys one horrible, not horrible, but like kind of a goofy poster. So come on over here. I don't think anybody's ever been live from a Yodobashi camera, so we figure we're going to take advantage of it. We got press badges, so we'll show it off. So there's this karaoke game that has its own microphone and whatnot for the Wii. There is an awesome poster that we were trying to steal for the office, but we can't get it, so we're just going to immortalize it forever on the internet. I don't know what she's doing, but I thought it was funny. So over here, we've got all the 3DS accessories that we have that we went through. Now these have been on sale for like a day or two before launch, just so people can see. There is actually some cool stuff over here. If you look, they have these Street Fighter ones, which were not there before. It's a Street Fighter cleaning cloth, so wow, Chun-Li. And then and you've got Ryu, so that's great. So all right, so this is these are all the accessories that are coming out. We actually got a sampling. We're going to be running it through back in the room. But so looking at folks, I think we're gonna move, right? So we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna head back to the room and get the rest of the show on the road. So we will see you guys in just a bit.
All right, welcome back, folks. Now, all our tape segments have been rolled, and that you know what that means, Sophia.
Yes, that means now it's time to go visit them in Japan in the future, like 16 hours.
We're traveling to the future Saturday morning in Tokyo, and we're going to go check in with the GameSpot editors there. We're actually just going to throw it all the way over there. They're going to take it from here. They've got the games, they've got the systems, and they've got their Twitter account up. So tweet your questions to @GameSpot, and they'll be answering them. So without further ado, GameSpot folks, are you there in Japan?
Hey everybody, good morning. And Sean's arm is in the shot.
Hey, everybody. Oh, hey, look at this.
All right, so here we go. This is what we stayed in line for. This is one of the two 3DSs that we got. This is the box. We've got, this is called Aqua Blue, which, yeah, it's sky blue as far as I'm concerned. All right, so we've got all this very important information that is being laid out in Japanese. And on the back, it's like, hey, this is what it comes with. So you've got your 3DS, you've got your cradle, charger, the AR cards, one SD card, and your crazy stylus. And then here's the unit. So let's look over here, pop this open, and here's the top of the box. And I'm going to throw this at Sean.
Sure.
This is the world's largest but flattest instruction manual, which is nice. And then you pop this open here, and you've got the hotness. Here, you've got your cradle. So it's pretty much what they've talked about. There's a little thing here that moves, so you can
you can slide your games in and out even when you have it mounted into the cradle.
Yes, and here's your charging station thing, and there's a little contacts to charge your unit. I will hand this off to you. I throw this out of the way. And here we've got the unit itself, which is really, really blue. And it actually comes with a little, I guess, a screen cozy, one would call it, to protect it. It's kind of two tones, black and blue. It's very shiny. Here, if we look at the bottom, you have got your audio input, you've got a power button, you've got a charge light, On the side, you've got your wireless switch, which is pretty important for some of the other stuff. And on the other side here, you've got your SD card slot. Currently has an SD card. You've got your volume. Over here on the back, you've got infrared. You've got your stylus, which I'll pull out. It gets bigger. I say nothing. And then we've got cartridge, we've got battery and power, and you've got your shoulder buttons. But because I'm at here, top, there's your two cameras. All right, Sean, because you are in spinning distance to the camera, I leave you to fire it up. And there's also power cable.
So I believe this thing ships with just enough juice in it to actually get it started up. So why don't we go ahead and try to do that right now? Or we could plug it in.
You continue on. I'm going to throw this to Jan on this side. And we're gonna plug you in. All right.
Okay, so here we go. We've got, it's automatically, straight from the get-go, it is teaching you about the 3D slider right here. So we'll just go ahead and confirm that you've got the slider in the on position.
I'm gonna actually get audio. So everybody at home can hear the magic.
Okay.
I'm going to hold our little mini preamp.
Just make sure that we've got a good angle.
It's very intimate.
So yeah, the 3D effect on the 3DS is, to be... I'm sorry? Oh, okay. Is this good?
Volume down.
Oh, yes. Let's go ahead and...
We're turning the volume down just a smidge. Sorry, this is live. We're half asleep and still thawing out.
Yeah. All right. Is this good?
A little more. Good.
All right.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So, okay. So from the get-go, it's teaching you about the 3D, how you have to be at a very specific angle to get the full effect of the 3D. And let's go ahead and make sure that even though I'm not facing it correctly, you guys are. So. And
one thing that we need to point out right away for folks that are importing it, unlike the other DSs that you might have picked up over the years. This has no language option, so I hope you're fluent in the Japanese. And so now that Sean's agreed to the tutorial and says that he knows about the 3Ds, it is doing the flashy 3D demo and letting you adjust the slider. Because Sean is at an angle, he can see nothing except wavy lines. So
exactly. Yeah.
And now that's basically a quick run through the setup. Of what it's like?
Yeah, we all know what the date is right now, so I'm not going to bore you guys with the process of inputting today's date. Also, we're in the future, so our date is different from yours, and I'm not going to try to confuse you guys with the whole time zone thing. So, sure, it's 10 in the morning.
So now, while Sean gets set up with the rest of that, I'm going to precariously balance and reach over and get the other unit we got, which we broke out as soon as we hit the room, and I'm going to show you some stuff on it. So we're going to switch our shot over to me right now. We're also going to switch our mic input. And hi, whoops, here I am. Just going to move the chair. So here we are. This is the menu system. Trying to make sure that you guys can see. So if you guys have a DS, you sort of know the way this is laid out. You've got your camera, you've got your music option, you've got your Mii Studio, which is going to allow you to make Mii's. We'll show you that later. You've got your sort of Mii Plaza, which lets your Mii frolic with other Mii's when you're using Street Pass. It's the AR games. We'll be showing you that in a second. There's Face Raiders, which if you guys remember, what?
Volume down.
All right. Which, if you guys remember from New York, is where you can take a picture of yourself or someone that you don't like and shoot them in the face. And here is the pedometer function, which you can go in. It'll let you know how long you've been playing, how long you've been walking, all that jazz. Nintendo Zone, this is the whole internet connectivity to it. This is the DSi to DSi function, so you can talk to each other. And there's the options that you can set. But you guys care very little about this stuff, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Street Fighter. And I'm going to set this down for a second to warn the camera person now. And I want to show you the case. So we've got Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 3D edition. You've got the gang on the cover. You look at the back, it's got the usual stuff, all the jazz that that you guys know in Japanese. And we're gonna look on the inside, kind of a weird, funky inside case. I guess it's because it's like really green or eco-friendly. Gonna take this cartridge out. Now you guys see, Sean, do you have your DS cart handy?
An original DS cart?
Yes, sir, an original DS cart. So what we've got here is, it's essentially the exact same size. And, you know, swear to God, this is totally a coincidence. We've got 2 Capcom games, but they're handy. So it's exactly the same size as the DS cart, except for that little widget on the back. So I'm handing this off to Sean. Now I'm going to show you how this thing goes in. So you go in the back, you see it's telling you, hey, put it in this way. So we're gonna put it in that way, pops right in, and look, it's our friend. So I'm just gonna kick this in, and we're in. And I'm looking for my stylus, which is a little too far. All right, it's booting up for the first time. Now, camera folks, let me know if this is in shape for you. So right now I have the 3D slider off, just so you guys know. Otherwise, it would be a little weird for what you were watching, because it would be all wavy lines. What I will do, just real quick, so there's that intro movie, which, if you know Street Fighter, you've seen it a couple times, and I'm just going to jump past it. So just real quick, like, I'm going to turn the 3D effect on so you guys can see. That unless you are dead on this thing, it doesn't look so good. So I'm going to turn it off, and we're going to go right on in. And it's just giving you some fun tips. Takeshi, is there anything super important?
No, it's sleep options.
This is telling you all about the sleep options, which are kind of cool. So, is it forcing me to read these, or can I skip past them?
What it says.
Let's see. Sorry, we're checking it out. I'm trying to read. Hit the home button real fast.
That takes you back.
Takes you back, and it booted me out. So hey, did I mention that we didn't have a lot of sleep and that we're at weird angles? Because we are. All right, so we're back. We're going into the Street Fighters. Skipping past all this. This is basically loading. And again, that would look awesome if it was in 3D, but the 3D's off. Now it just looks neat. Everything would be jumping at your face. Alright. Sweet, and here we are. Making my little save file. Yay, and it saved it to the SD card. And it's telling me more stuff. And I'm gonna make up an egg. And we're just gonna do this. Folks in Japan that are watching this, I apologize for butchering your language. Alright, and let's see. A couple more.
Start.
Let's start. Sorry. Let's see. Alright, and you know, if anybody's got questions, go ahead and shoot them in. I just hopped right into arcade.
Okay. Actually, we've got a question here.
So while Sean's looking, those of you at home, this is everybody. If you have Super, you know it. I'm gonna choose the Chun-Li. Do some costumes and some colors. I'm gonna do Ultra Combo.
Actually, Lego Kid 3000 is wondering how it feels to actually play the game in the charging cradle.
You know what? That's a good question. So, and this is good. So this is the charging cradle, right? And you can just hop it right in, which I am. And then see at the bottom here, it's charging, you're good to go. I'm gonna be honest, like right now, it feels kind of good. It gives it a little bit more heft. The charging cradle's actually really light. So it doesn't really add a whole lot to the weight. So I'm just going to skip past this intro cinematic. You have access to all the buttons on the charging cradle. Right now, just as I'm kind of holding it, it's a little weird to get to the shoulders. Like you do have to stop your fingers from hitting this thing at the back. So that's a thing. But otherwise, it feels pretty good. So I'm in. I chose a fun, festive alternate outfit for Miss Chun-Li. And I'm about to kick Makoto in the face, who's also in a saucy new outfit. And we're off. Now you can once again use D-pad or analog. I do not believe in the analog sticks for this, because I am a big fan. So now I'm playing sort of traditional, so I'm using the button combinations that we all know and love. Not real easy to play this at an angle is what I'm discovering. So that, and it looks great. I think you got that from when we were in New York. It's pretty much Street Fighter. Now, if you look at the bottom, I am playing traditional, I am hitting buttons, I am kind of doing the controller motions that we all know and have memorized, that those of us that play Street Fighter. But if I wanted to, I could just hit out. I could do that, and I could be doing some much easier super moves. My meter's actually full, so let's just see what happens when I go like that. And totally easy. In a lot of ways, for folks that remember playing Street Fighter on the iPhone or the iPod Touch, some of the system kind of works like that, where you just hit a button. Alright, so what are we doing here, kids? I can beat more people up on the Street Fighters, or y'all can ask questions, or we can toss to Sean, who I'm pretty sure is all set up with his DS and is eager to show you. What are you going to show him, Sean?
Why don't we go ahead and take a look at the new Professor Layton game, Mask of the Miracle.
Alright, we're going to do that. We hear cellophane, so I'm going to...
Taking it out of its wrapping right now.
Do we want to watch Sean take it out of its wrapper, or do we want to watch me beat it, Fei Long in underpants?
I believe we're going to go ahead and head over to my...
Alright, so I leave this this is my image of Street Fighter for you. We're going to Sean. Take it away, Sean. Okay. Audio, oops, we're switching the audio cable, and we're in.
Alright, here we go here, folks. Does that sound good? Okay. So while we get this booted up, we've got a question from Eduardo, who is wondering, are normal DS games rescaled to the widescreen to fit the top screen? No, I actually just booted up Ghost Trick a second ago, and there were black bars on the sides of it, so it sort of maintains that original aspect ratio.
Sorry, dude.
So I'm going to rely on some help from our friend Takeshi over here. Actually, we had another question a moment ago. Somebody was asking about the stylus. This is what the stylus looks like, and you can slide it out like that, and then it becomes slightly larger. Later on, we bought some ridiculous third-party stylize, so we're going to show those to you guys in a bit.
They're not ridiculous, they are festive, sir.
They're very festive. My name, in Japanese, is this, which roughly translates to
Sean.
Super Rad Dude.
Yeah.
So, okay, here we go. We're getting started on the latest Professor Layton game to be released for the Nintendo 3DS.
Which makes it the 95th.
It's the 95th Professor Layton.
In the past 2 years, so go level 5.
Alright.
One thing we should note on the stylus, I'm looking through the box, we've only got one stylus.
Yeah, no, the past few DSs, they come with an extra stylus, but this one doesn't.
No pressure, people. Don't lose it.
The Professor Layton series obviously has been large on these pre-rendered movies before, and they looked a little, I'll be honest, on the original DS, they looked a lot grainier, and this one seems a bit more high resolution, so let's get started here. Takeshi, what does that say?
Carnival. The night of the carnival.
Alright. Takeshi is telling me this says the night of the carnival. Oh, what? This is actually the first time that I've played this game before, and this is interesting. 3D Professor Layton and Luke, which is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. They're not 2D sort of sprites on the screen as is traditional in Professor Layton games. These guys are actual 3D models. Pretty cool. Cell-shaded though, so they maintain that cartoonish appearance.
Kind of reminds me of that last level 5 game they did on the DS and the PS3, right? That was based on that that movie, the anime. Sophia knows all about it. Sophia, tell us all about it later.
Tell us about it at the end. Yeah, let's see. They are talking about... Luke is talking about how this is a new blue sweater vest, and Professor Layton is complimenting him on his sweater vest. And then Luke is saying, oh, is that a new top hat? And Professor Layton is saying, no, this is an old top hat, Luke. How dare you? How dare you? I'm insulted. Actually, I don't know a single word of Japanese, so I'm just guessing.
It's the conversation you wish that they'd have.
The underlying tension is finally bubbling up, and they're going to get into a fight. Because, I mean, they've been good friends for too long.
They've been in 95 games together.
They have.
You get kind of... I mean, I'm sick of people I work with for a long time.
Absolutely. All right. Luke, Layton, you guys need to get it together. Let's see if we can't find... Ooh, that's right. I keep forgetting the top screen, not the touch screen. It's the bottom. So, let's see. Where are we going? Yes. I'm not sure if I'm doing this correctly. In fact, I know for certain that I'm not. Oh, what? Okay, I see. First person viewing. That's interesting. Oh.
Is your mind continuing to be
Oh,
vague?
I found a puzzle. So the puzzle searching mechanic is a little different. You can sort of go into first person mode and try to sort of sniff out your own puzzle. Let's see. Hopefully this first brain teaser isn't too language heavy. It's more of a, hopefully it's more of a visual puzzle. Although, come to think of it, you have to write in the solutions in Professor Layton games, so I don't know if we're actually going to be able to solve this thing. So this actually, you know, we're getting a good taste of Mask of the Miracle right here. Let's see what this first puzzle looks like.
You know, and I would say that this is a cautionary tale, would you not, for importers?
Yeah. Oh gosh, exactly. These are the instructions. It's very dense. What it's telling me is, listen, Gaijin, you're never going to be able to solve this puzzle because you don't know any of these words.
Thank you for buying our game.
Thank you for buying our game, though. Continue supporting level 5.
So by touching the yellow points of the lower screen, you can switch the panels.
Oh, okay.
I'll read you the rest of it.
Alright, this might actually be a good opportunity to seg over to Ricardo, who's clearly...
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay, why don't we go ahead, since I'm probably not going to get a whole lot more out of that.
I'll be ready in like 2 seconds.
Why don't we take a look at the Mii Studio? Because I dabbled with making a Mii earlier, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't think I was that fat. But then the 3DS told me, you know what? You're actually kind of a chubby dude. I don't know. You guys be the judges. So let's take a look at the Mii Studio here. What I gather is this is create one from scratch, and this one is let the camera do it for you. Let's see if that is in fact the case. I am a boy, so I will select boy. That's sure. Yeah, that was pretty good, and yeah, why not? Okay. And then, yeah, that's kind of a bit more my hairstyle. Okay, so Takeshi, if you could pull out for a second while I look at the camera to take this picture. Alright. Okay, so I took my picture, and now I'm going to struggle with the process of having a giant block for a head, which is clearly a pretty profound affliction for me. Let's see what I look like. Oh my god! I look like John Madden. How did... Oh my god! Oh, the 3DS is telling me that I'm like borderline grossly obese. I'm gonna go with the queasy lips and the pukey eyes.
Again, cautionary tale for importers.
So you can then go and sort of tweak your appearance. So for example, if the 3DS is telling you that you're really kind of fat, you can go in and say, you know what, 3DS, I actually have a sculpted man chin. That's what I look like. And that looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know, you guys be the judge. You've seen me on, this is my name. You guys have seen me on GameSpot before, is this what I look like?
And now the sad truth comes out. Alright, I have gotten Ridge Racer under control. So I can now walk people through it. Cutting to me when I hand over. No, don't give me the stylus. I need
The audio.
the audio cable. Thank you.
Wasn't sure what you were asking for.
All right. Hi, everybody. We're back. So I have now popped in Ridge Racer 3D. The icon for this game is a lovely toy box. Hop on in. Just so you know, when you first boot up this game, you have to do the standard create a save. It also forced me to take my picture. Again, I think there's going to be more of our faces on these 3DSs than we're comfortable with this early in the day. So there is an intro cinematic, which do you guys want to check it out? Takeshi, give me the thumbs up or thumbs down. There's the fun pulling my cable. What are you doing?
Let's talk about the game while we're there.
Alright, so this is a new Ridge Racer. It's Ridge Racer 3D. It is very reminiscent of all the other Ridge Racers you played before. In that, you know, they're taking some familiar tracks along with some new ones, just kind of mixing it all up to give people that taste. This, I'm looking at it at an angle, so I cannot quite tell who that is. I'm not sure which of the special Ridge Racer ladies this is, but she's sassy. She's throwing her sunglasses at you just to let you know that it's in 3D. And then we're in. So I'm going to hit the engine start button on the lower screen, and we're in. I'm just going to go to the top one, which I believe is new game.
Yes.
Yay! It's asking me if I want to create stuff. I'm saying yes. Okay, it's doing it. And here we go. So I'm going to do my name like so. And then, fingers. Takeshi, this one? I think so.
Yes.
Yay. And you can have the choice of taking a picture or using a Mii. I'm not going to do picture because I did before. I didn't come out so hot. So do that. And that is totally me, probably. And I'm hopping on in. It's saving the data. One thing to point out so far that I've noticed with Street Fighter and this, the games are saving to the SD card. So not to the cartridge, I don't think. And now here's the game options. Single player, multiplayer, time trial, musical games. No. Alright, let me just pop over here, the different modes. I'm just going to do a quick hop on in. Do quick there. Many options, I have to say. Like, you have to make a lot of choices. So yes, this is me. It gives you a look at sort of your potential career. I'm picking that track from the first event. You can rotate it. It's in the top screen, so this would totally be in 3D if we had the slider and we were kind of kicking it. You've got a car, nice little car, hopping on in. And now Sean is telling me we have a question, so I can stop talking. Thank God.
Yeah, we're just going to pepper some more Twitter questions in here. We've got one from, let's see, Nuno S2 Sophia, who's wondering, are all 3DS games region locked, or is that software specific? What about playing DS/DSi games and region lock? I can't answer the 3DS questions because we obviously only have Japanese games and Japanese hardware. But what I can tell you is that I played my North American copy of Ghost Trick on this Japanese 3DS, and it worked like a charm. So if you have a Japanese 3DS, you'll be able to play your North American DSi or DS games on there. We've also got a question from Sam Shiphorst, who's wondering, does the Stylus feel like it's hollow and easily broken? I mean, it's metal, so it feels pretty decent.
It does feel a little hollow, though.
It does feel a little bit hollow. It feels like you might be able to snap it if you really wanted to, but for the most part, I think it seems like it'll survive.
Alright, so hi, I'm back, and I am racing now against Pac-Man characters, apparently. Blinky is trying to outmaneuver me, and hey, has anybody ever tried to play a racing game sideways? It's a little tricky. So, okay, so I have just overtaken Binky, or Blinky, and Inky's next. Suck it. Alright, and we're off. And I'm in... Oh. Alright, so here we go. Game looks pretty good. Oh, man. The game looks pretty good. It's a little framey in spots on some of the environmental animation on the back window. I am totally skidding all over the place. And you see there's all kinds of... Oh, Pinky's next. There are all kinds of little things coming at the screen sometimes when you pass certain points. So there was some confetti a little while back.
Ricardo, we're getting a couple questions right now about the controls. How does it feel right now to you?
A little stiff.
Yeah.
But I'm at an angle.
How about using that little nub?
Oh man! All right, you're gonna make me use the nub.
Try the nub.
I'm gonna try the nub. All right, the nub is not actually turning me like I want, so I'm gonna use the
maybe
analog
the nub
stick.
doesn't work in this game at all.
Well, hold on, let me see. No, the nub works. It's just really subtle, and I'm sorry. I need a good response for my ridge racing because I'm about to bust up Clyde, and I don't know how I feel about outracing cartoon characters. It's a little off-putting right now. Let's see, and I'm in the Druaga car, which is another reference to the old Namco games. Okay, Mappy is about to take it in the face, if I can do this right. Oh man. It's very floaty. If you know Ridge Racer, then you know this game. See, more confetti. I'm doing well. I'm in 4th place, which isn't too bad considering it's the first time I've fired this up. And as you can see, not a whole lot going on downstairs other than a screen kind of with your stats kind of telling you where you are. And I'm sure that's an inspirational message in Japanese at the bottom, right, Takeshi? Totally. All right. So, yeah, this...
Oh, no, that's a view change button.
Oh, it's a view change button, apparently. Not the best time for me to do that. All right, let's see. This is more of a 3D thing. Obviously, now I'm overtaking Nyamko, which is some type of smug, kind of a smart-ass cat, actually. I mean, look at his face. And so I'm now overtaking him for 2nd. And, you know, I can't hear too much of the music, but I'm sure you guys at home can tell that this is heck of Ridge Racer. So, it's,
Could turn it up a little so they can get the music to that.
Alright, turning it up. There we go. You guys getting that?
We've got a question here from a guy named Nintendo Capcom.
Hello, Nintendo Capcom.
Can you turn the volume down a little bit?
Now turn the volume down. You people are never happy. Yes?
He's wondering, do the buttons themselves, in terms of like the tactile feel, do they feel like a DSi?
Like if we're talking face buttons, yeah, I think so. They feel, you know, just from especially playing this game and Street Fighter, they feel a little more firm. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like just a little tighter.
They look at least visibly a little bit bigger. The buttons in the D-pad.
Yeah, that is a for sure. Yes, I'm spinning out of control because I cannot think and drive at the same time. So yes, are there other questions? Yes, I really want to take first.
I think why don't we go ahead and take a look at some Nintendogs and Cats right now?
Oh boy! All right, so I will let Sean grief the pet world, and I will happily offer you my audio plug.
Audio? Sure. That sounds good.
And
so before we actually take a look at the game, I want to show you guys one of the coolest features about the 3DS game cases themselves. Like with the other console games, what you have here is they're taking bits of the plastic out to keep them a little bit lighter or use a little bit less plastic. But one of the cool features about Nintendogs and Cats, when you actually open the case, Takeshi, the magic is about to happen. You get this. A bunch of tiny little pictures of dogs and cats staring back at you when you open it up. Now, other game cases, Ricardo, if you could show me here.
Yes. So Street Fighter didn't have it.
Yeah, Street Fighter didn't do that. Professor Layton didn't do that. But it looks like maybe Nintendo's first-party games are taking a little bit more advantage of these weird little case cutouts here, because that's actually like the little paper that goes inside the sleeve there. So one neat little feature that I discovered about the 3DS just now. So why don't we go ahead and start up a little bit of Nintendogs and Cats. Just let me know if we've got a good angle here.
And then just so we're clear, you are playing the Toy Poodle.
Toy Poodle edition.
That said, there are two more. There is the French Bulldog edition, and there is also the Shiba edition, which is also endearing and heartwarming.
So
Alright.
we're starting out by having a look at my little doggy dog here. I'm not sure what exactly it wants me to do aside from...
It wants you to love it, Sean.
Hello, dog. Do a trick. Shake. Shake. Your name is... I don't know what your name is. I'll name you Batman. Batman, roll over. Perhaps he doesn't understand English instructions. Roll over. Roll over.
I think you're supposed to turn the analog stick, Sean.
Analog stick.
Analog
No,
stick.
maybe not.
Yeah, that seems to be the only instruction that I'm currently getting on this right now. What does it want me? What?
It wants you to appreciate your animal.
Yes, there you go. Pet him.
Oh, I see. I'm petting. Oh, nice.
It says, welcome to Nintendogs and Cats.
Welcome to Nintendogs and Cats. Other instructions that... Okay, so why don't we go ahead and go
It's a
with...
Pomeranian.
Pomeranian. I would like for you to have spots. Oh,
I think that's your
adorable.
Pomeranian party.
Oh, this is... Yeah, this is in fact a Pomeranian party. I shall pet all of you. Just like that. Oh, I'll pet you right on the mouth. Which is
Awkward.
where dogs love to be pet. Oh, look at you. You're just adorable. As you can tell, you guys are already getting a first-hand look at just how structured and, you know, game-focused this is. It's a very score-driven game. There's very limited lives. It's a very traditional hardcore
Puppy
game.
spread.
Oh, golly. You know what? I could just play this game all day.
Alright, so I'm looking at the Twitter questions.
Well, my Pomeranian cost 158,000 yen. That's a lot of yen.
There's one for you from Lego Kid 3000.
Okay.
He would very much like to know if the dogs and cats play fight with each other.
Ooh, I don't know that yet. This is actually...
That's something to try.
Yeah, we could certainly try that. I'll give it my best shot. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to do this mode, which appears to be... I don't know. Let's find out.
Now, I can...
I can buy things. I'll buy you.
While you're on your shopping spree with animals, Abu Jafar is wondering if we've noticed a difference in frames per second when we've messed around with the 3D. So, from what I've tried so far, Street Fighter does. There is a difference. When you're in 3D, it isn't at 60. But I think everybody's been pretty much upfront about that one.
Mm-hmm.
But when we were in New York, everybody basically said that your frame rate is going to take a hit when you go into 3D.
That makes sense.
Is there some type of resolution and/or 3D hit when you when you change your things with the dogs, for example?
Not as far as I can tell. It looks like there's a little bit of a hitch when I turn the 3D from 0 to 100%, but that's all I can see.
That was when the photo was being taken.
Oh, okay, never mind. That was when the photo was being taken.
And Nintendo Capcom would also like to know, can we notice a resolution difference from the original DS? Answer, big fat yes, I would think.
Yeah, definitely. It looks a lot more high res. It looks... I mean, that's a realistic looking doggy. For sure. Let's see, what else are we having to look at here? Shall I give it some of the... Oh, a balloon! Hey, doggy, you want this balloon? Take it. Oh, you don't know what to do with that balloon. That balloon blows your mind, doesn't it? It has physics properties that you've never seen in your tiny little dog life before. That's blowing your mind. This is crazy. Alright, now I'm going to throw a ball at you.
And so, of course, the big question as a seasoned Nintendogs player,
Yes?
what can you tell us about this initial experience compared to when you started playing the other Nintendogs?
This is a much more realistic looking dog. I mean, I haven't gotten into like the voice commands of this stuff yet because it doesn't understand English apparently.
And you'll be confusing the hell out of that dog when you do.
But yeah, I mean, these dogs are adorable, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably will get this game when it comes out in stores.
Why not a real dog?
Because I live in San Francisco, I can't have a dog in my apartment.
This is true.
Should we check out the next game?
I actually need to get the start card off of you.
The start cord?
Start card, the question mark one?
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's check out some AR games.
Yes. So, well, I think you got all the games. I've got the photo ops.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at these games right here. We're going to show you some of the photo op AR games.
So, hi everybody. So, this is actually going to get interesting. So basically, I have to be 35 centimeters away from this card, and this microphone cable lets me get 2 centimeters away from the card. So, this is a technical problem for our crew here to solve. So, when you come over here, and you select the augmented reality games, you boot it up, and you switch your view, basically. And it's letting you know that you can use these cards. You need to use this particular start card, which is the question mark card. And you need to lay it flat, and it's telling you that you have to lay it flat. It needs to be lit well, and you have to be sort of 30-35 centimeters, and then, you know, kind of keep it in view. This is the cameras that it's just switched to. I don't think we've got a way to solve for this unless, wait, I'm gonna improvise here, people. So I'm gonna move this around here, and so can you guys see that? So it gives you a running kind of like distance, like it'll track the card, and then when you're ready, it says OK, you hit A, and then we're going to call him Boxy, because we don't know what his name is. So Boxy basically comes out, you shoot him, and then you get a bunch of different options. So in this particular case, there's the shooting game, or there's letting this know that you want to use some of the other cards. So he's getting ready, and I need to wait, and now we're good. So I'm moving this out, and you can do these two at a time. So I'm gonna go for the big ones. And you can actually have two of these cards at the same time. And this is basically, Takeshi, can you see? So yes, you basically can move these characters around, and by pressing A, you can get them into different poses. If you press X, you can grow them, and that's about it. And then you can, by using the D-pad, because you can do these one at a time or together, by using the D-pad you can switch which one you're actively controlling. So I'm using the Pikmin now, and I'm posing them in fun fashion. And then I'm going to make Link grow, and then we're good there. And then you can take a picture. So these are, I mean, that's sort of what everything except the question mark AR card does. So I'm going to move this really quickly. So you get 6 cards. You get the AR card, you get Link, you get the Pikmin, and then you get Samus, who you can do a bunch of different things. Earlier, I'm going to back out of here for a second, really briefly. I'm going to toss this card back at Sean.
Sure.
Okay. So if you go over to the camera, you can actually review your pictures. So when we first got to the room, we went ahead and took some shots. So I'll show you the 3D camera in a second, but Sean, in all his special skills, we got him to hold a card, and you can do fun pictures like this, like Sean being really, really happy with Mario. Or, because Sean is Sean, he's already discovered a potential griefing application to this. He's already starting beef between Mario and Kirby.
In case you can't tell, that is in fact Mario kicking Kirby in the face.
It's kind of a big deal. Now, someone asked about the 3D photos. So I did take a 3D picture. I took 2. Sean giving the thumbs up, and also Sean, again, pointing. With the 3D on, it's a little finicky. We haven't had a chance to play with it too much, but it is a little, it's not like super obvious. Again, you have to adjust the slider. You kind of have to adjust the angle that you're looking at. So I'm at the home button again and get out of here. Sean, do you have anything cooking over there?
Yeah, actually. I was going to show you some of these AR games, but you've actually got that going right there. So why don't we go ahead and check out Winning 11 Soccer? You want to do that?
You like soccer.
I like soccer.
And I will trade you.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and give me that? Yeah, so here we go. We're going to check out a little Winning 11 Soccer, as it's known here in Japan, known in other parts of the world as Pro Evolution. Let's get that game started up. So we've got a couple questions while we have the game booting up. DJ Yankee 18 is wondering, do you like the fact that the screen on the top is bigger? Yeah, I mean, the bigger the better. I don't mind so much that there's this asymmetry between the top screen and the bottom screen, because in most games, they're not really mirrored, showing the same things anyways. They're showing, you know, menus and inputs down on the bottom. So, you know, I kind of appreciate that the top screen is a little bit bigger, offers a nicer resolution. We've also got some questions coming in from people about the battery life. Unfortunately, we don't know, because we literally just bought these systems right before we started recording, and we had to charge them right away, so we don't really know.
And to be safe, they're totally plugged in right now, because we think it maybe wouldn't be the most exciting thing you guys have ever seen if there was 3DSs dying left, right, and center.
Let's see. We've got a question here from Danya Gatha wondering, does a 3D pop up from the screen? Yeah, I mean, the 3D definitely is great when you're looking straight at it. But, you know, as I've said before, honestly, it's a little finicky about the viewing angle. So, hey, check this out. Winning 11 Soccer, English menus, that's handy. So wireless.
Sean's very excited now.
We can do Champions League, or we can just do an exhibition match. Why don't we just go ahead and make it simple and do an exhibition match? I am going to pick. Yeah, let's see here. Oh my gosh, I'm going to alienate all of our English fans by picking a team that is not their favorite team. I'll go with good old Manchester United. I know GameSpot user Joseph Barron is a big Man U fan, so we're going to go with that particular team, and we're going to go up against... what's that? Takeshi had... We're going to go up against an Italian team that I don't recognize. Let's go with these guys, because they have an elephant in their crest. Kickoff. Let's just go straight to kickoff.
Hey Jen, do you want to move the laptop to where I can read questions?
Alright, 10 degrees Celsius, wind at 4 miles an hour, 72% chance of precipitation, 72% humidity. I'm not sure what that last option said. Alright, let's play a little bit of soccer, or as they call it in some parts of the world, football.
Fun fact, kids. Alright, so Lego Kid 3000 is wondering how many cards can be used at once, on-screen swapping out, etc. For the picture taking, which you saw with the cards that I had, and Sean can show you some later, it's 2 total from what we've seen. And you can swap those out on the fly. The game card that Sean's going to show you in a bit, you don't really want to mess with that when you're playing the games. And from what we can tell as we fired it up for the first time, it looks like there are unlockable games there as well. So once you complete some, you can open up more.
As we are being able to gather from Winning 11 right now, very heavy on cinematics. They want to show off the fact that these are, you know, pretty good-looking character models here, or player models. These aren't. In sports games, they're not called characters, kids. They're called players. And yeah, I mean, you could see Wayne Rooney with his authentically ugly face. So there's a bonus there.
Sorry, Wayne.
Sorry. Please don't murder me the next time I'm in England. And it's taken its sweet time. And as far as I can tell, there's no way to actually skip these.
They want you to savor them.
They want you to actually. I hit the start button, and it skipped them. So that's how you do it.
Way to go, Sean.
So you don't necessarily have to watch all of those if you don't want to. Alright, let's go ahead and get this started. Let's see if I can remember the controls. Oh god. Power pass out of bounds.
Alright, so looking at questions, Mouse & Co. wants to know, is the battery life longer if you play with the 3D off on the 3DS? Yes, it is. I think if you've seen some of the coverage we've done earlier, and even Nintendo's own kind of, you know, messaging on that stuff, it 3D asks a lot of the hardware, so they want you to turn it off. Let's see, we've got some more questions coming in, which are loading up right now. Alright. So, Nuno S2 Sophia wants to know, is it hard time-wise to adjust the 3D on the top screen? I mean, getting the appropriate personal 3D settings going on. A little bit right now.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to demo Bobble, or Puzzle Bobble. The thing with the dinosaurs where you throw balloons.
Right.
I'm getting ready to demo that, and
I think that is actually the Japanese name. It's called The Thing with the Dinosaurs Where You Throw Balloons.
that's translated
They
loosely.
like catchy titles over here.
So what I have been doing is kind of messing around just so I can talk to you guys about the 3D. And, you know, I think the cradle isn't just for charging this thing. I really think it's for making sure that you know the right angle to hold it. Because you do sort of need, at least right now what I'm feeling is like I need to have my arms or hands on a solid surface just so I can make sure I've got the right angle. And for those wondering, there doesn't appear to be a screen brightness option.
All right, Ricardo,
Yes?
we're going to go ahead and move the camera over to you if you want to show us some of that. The things with dinosaurs where you shoot puzzle bobbles.
I'm going to fire it up again just so people can feel the magic. Alright, are we good? Oh, we gotta get audio.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Okay. Let's see. Looking here. This is the icon for Puzzle Bobble 3D. I'm going to turn the 3D off because I realized I had it on. And we're hopping in. So it kind of loads pretty quickly. Well, usually. And there is the standard warnings. Got the Holy Trinity of Square Enix, Taito, and Arika. Press any button, which I am, and you're in. Different modes. I'm just going to hop into the first one. Moving right along. Stage select, usual stuff.
While you're loading that up, let's answer some questions here. Official Robert F. is wondering, is it easy to get fingerprints? I'm trying it out right now on the outside of the system, and maybe my hands are not as greasy as they normally are today, but it's surprisingly fingerprint resistant on the outside of the case.
Well, I would point out that you're using the blue one, which...
That's true. The blue one probably is a little bit more resistant, and even on the inside here, I'm like touching the top screen, and I'm not really leaving a whole lot of fingerprints. So, I mean, yeah, compared to something like, I don't know, my iPhone sitting over there is quite a fingerprint magnet, and this thing is pretty resistant, although that might be different for the black one. Those tend to be more...
Well, you did get your filthy human hands on this, and there were some issues, I think, a little early on. So, hey, for those that love these puzzle games, this is heck of Puzzle Bobble. It's... The angle's a little shifted. You're playing in kind of a cylinder, and you know the action's all up top. They don't really bother much with any touch functionality at all, really. It's just about looking at kind of the 3D effects on the top screen. To kind of sell you on the 3D, there's a rotating globe at the back of the playfield that you can kind of see. So, and everything falls down into the earth, so again, there's a plug for 3D there. This game's timed. Sorry, there we go. And yeah, it is definitely Puzzle Bobble. It's a single-player only game for anybody that's wondering. This is not one of the games that has any multiplayer functionality that we can tell. And there you go. You can use the D-pad or the analog nub, as Sean likes to call it. I think there are some precision issues with me this morning. Maybe too much coffee. I don't know. Not doing a good job of lining up my shots here.
Okay, Ricardo.
Yep.
We're going to move on to the next game, actually. And since I ran out of my games, I'm going to play one of yours. Remind the people what this game is called, because I forget.
Okay.
Sengoku Musou Chronicle.
Sengoku Musou Chronicle, which is in our country known as the Dynasty Warriors franchise. And this one, it's a little bit of a twist because it's in 3D and you are still running around murdering people. And yeah, I'm going to hand over my audio over to Sean.
Alright, let's make sure we got a little bit of audio so that you guys can hear all the action. I have no idea what option I just chose.
You chose the option to...
Yes.
Alright, and just to kind of continue Sean's exploration of boxes, this also does not have an adorable view of the characters in the game. And this is a rated B game, which, Takeshi, what's that? Like teen, right?
For teen?
Yes, there you go. So this is...
Say yes again. No, the other one.
Let's see. Alright. So we've got, just going through the manual, you've got a lovely cast of characters.
I think that guy's name is Doug.
So this,
That guy's name is Ted.
and this is Sandy.
That's Steven. That guy, his parents were hippies. His name is River.
Go ahead and create your character.
And they're all here to fight, pretty much. And all right, let me move along here.
Gosh.
There's a red.
Okay, so if you've taken one of my games, then we're just down to the menu stuff and your ARs, right? I believe.
Yep.
All right,
Legit.
and then big excitement for folks at home. You know, Japanese launch maybe a little thin on software, but
It is
It's up on the top one.
surprisingly robust when it comes to accessories.
yes. So, what are you going to do with your 3DS if maybe you're sort of, you know, you've exhausted the game possibilities? Well, I think you're going to buy accessories and you're going to use them to express yourself.
We're trying to take a look at a little bit of this Dynasty Warriors action real quickly.
All right. Sorry.
Should we just jump straight to the accessories then?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, well you guys have played Dynasty Warriors before, probably like 37 times. So why don't we go ahead and cut this particular demo short and show you some of these sweet-ass accessories that we bought yesterday.
All right. I think we need to go big first. So why don't you
Okay.
share this one with them first?
I mean, there was like plenty of cases that they had over there. We were getting a question actually from one of our audience members, I forget the name, who was asking repeatedly, does the Stylus telescope? Yes, it does. In either direction you want it to. So why don't we go ahead and put that back and just try out some of these random cases that we bought.
So while Sean's opening into that, this is one of the things that you can get color coordinated. It's a grip.
Oh my god.
So it kind of very easily pops right in there and gives this... Oh, it's a grip and a stand.
Oh, what? Kickstand.
It's got a kickstand.
And the bonus for you is that it looks totally awesome. When you're just sitting here playing a game on the train.
The less bonus is no charging at all for your unit. So
yeah, it doesn't particularly support the stand, but it looks like you can put like your game in here, and then you can just like tuck it away if you wanted to. So you can like, keep a second game in there, which is neat. So there you have it. That's one of the accessories that we bought yesterday. This little.
But this is an accessory that's more for when you are, you know, going ahead and playing the unit. But what about taking it around, Sean? Do you have something that could help with that?
Sure. We bought one of these cases here.
Which is called?
This case is called Semi-Hard Pouch. Semi-Hard Pouch.
If we had reverb, we'd use it right now, but we don't.
Pouch, pouch, pouch. And it's exactly what it looks like. A little ice cream cookie pouch.
All right.
We've also got, oh god, another sweet pouch. This is probably a much nicer pouch. This one is called Denim Pocket.
And we should say that is not specifically for 3DS because you were attracted to the denim.
I was attracted. This is technically a DS Lite or a DSi case. DSi case. And I figured, you know what, they're comparable in size and it's got elastic on it. So maybe I'll be lucky enough. Oh my god. This thing is perfect. This thing, if you know,
Wear jeans.
if you're a fan of the Canadian tuxedo look, you know, the jeans and the jean shirt, this would be the perfect accompaniment to that. You take your 3DS and, oh, it fits. Look at that. And it's got a little magnetic little lock on there, so you just walk around, you're like, oh, what's that? You want to see my brand new 3DS? Check it. It's in my denim pocket. No, not this denim pocket. This denim pocket.
And let's not forget, what you've shown are very small things. But what if you want to go big with your 3DS? What if you want, maybe if you want to make a statement?
If I want to make a statement, well, then I go with the big guy. I go with this thing. This is like a little...
It's a small backpack.
Small backpack. It's a little shoulder strap bag. You toss it in there, put them in there like that, and you just go around town. You know, you're a businessman. Let's say you're a businessman and you have to go to meetings.
With your awesome man purse.
And you have to go in there with your stylish Italian designer man purse.
Or your Merce.
This is the one for you.
Now, we've also been getting questions about the Stylus. Maybe some of you are concerned that it's too small.
Okay.
Well, you found something, I think, that takes care of that.
This is not a pen, my friends. This is an actual stylus. You can... Yep, that's definitely a DS stylus. So, you know, if you want to hide the fact that you've got a sweet DS stylus, you can do that. You just slide this in your shirt pocket, and then you go, you know what? I'm going to do some picto chatting right now. And then you can do that right there, because it's got a little retractable stylus on it. We also had another one around here that seems to have been lost in the shuffle.
Nope, it's there.
Oh, yes. Another stylus accessory. Oh my god, we got so many junky accessories at the electronics store yesterday. So this is one with a little thing on it so that you can never lose your stylus. It looks basically the exact same as the Nintendo branded stylus that comes with it. Seems to be made...
Has a bungee.
Yeah, except it comes with a little thing that you can slide in here.
Here, at the end.
Oh yeah, at the end, and it's permanently attached.
And I would like to point out that there are two. There's one on either end. So if you wanted, you could kind of rock two at the same time. Mm-hmm. Just in case you want to, share it with your friends.
All right.
But you've got what we've shown you is kind of an interesting assortment of accessories, but. What if things are too bland for you? What if you want to add some personality?
Well, then we have got the case for you. So what we got here is this...
two-step process.
Yeah, we've got what immediately looks like the most plain Jane case you could buy. This plastic transparent case.
Snap it in.
Yeah.
You're good to go. It's got holes for everything. It looks great, right?
Yeah.
But it is boring. Sean, what can we do about this?
First I have to use my teeth.
Alright, well, Sean's using his teeth.
This plastic. What we can do is bedazzle it with a jeweled bear. That's what we can do. You see this, guys? These were in stock in the 3DS section, actually the DSi section, and you can bejewel your 3DS. Since these are brand new and we paid really good money for them, we're not going to completely ruin the DS. We're just going to ruin the case. So check it. Look at this. We're going to put...
A bear.
A bear. Look at that bear. That is
just don't cover the 3D camera.
Let's see. I will put the bear right here. Check out this sweet bear, and he's got a little...
You're getting it on the actual DS. That's bad.
That's fine. It's cool.
You've got Gloomy. Leave some on the back because as we leave you, I did want to create a special section on the DS just for Frank, who we know is watching, who we wish could be here.
That's true.
We did get some fun things for you in particular because we missed you, dude. So
let me just bejewel him a little bit more.
All right. So people at home, it's such thing as too much. Not there. Don't put it there.
Don't put it on the back?
Don't put it on the back. The back is mine. The front is yours.
Okay. Bear, you go here.
And
these bears are friends. Check it out. This is pretty sweet.
And we should say that is this pink one that is Gloomy, the naughty grizzly. He's naughty because he tends to kill people, as evidenced by his toys. Now it's my turn.
Right.
Yes? Okay. So for Frank, Frank is a collector of things back at the office. And one TGS ago, he discovered, because he's a huge fan of Disney characters, and he discovered the Cubic Mouth Disney characters, and they sell stickers. He is a big fan of Chip and Dale, And what we've done is we've gotten some of these stickers. I know these don't look like your everyday Disney characters, but what we're going to do is we're going to put some of these Disney characters on the back because they're just running around. They're so excited to have a 3DS. Also, Chip and Dale, very good friends. So there's a lovely sticker of them hugging. We'll do another one there. And Frank, we're bringing this back for you. We're getting some extra stickers, so don't be afraid. We're gonna have more for you.
My bejeweling was tasteful. This is actually just kind of tasteless.
No, let's see. Tasteless would be. This looks like. I want to say it's Hobo Goofy.
Hobo Goofy, I think that's what it is.
It seems to be asking.
And the good news about all this custom case designing is that it will still fit into your denim pocket, and then you can take your bejeweled 3DS, slide it into your denim pocket, and then put it like in your real pocket. And then you just, you go to school, you go to work, you go to a business meeting, you get bored, you pop it out and be like, sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna play my 3DS.
And we have to point out, like Sean's bejeweling method on the front, this lets people know that something special is happening on this device. So it says 3D without you having to turn the thing on.
Okay.
Right.
I think we've pretty much reached the end of the program.
Does anybody else have questions back home?
Are you allowed to tell us how much we spent on all this 3DS stuff?
Well, a lot.
A lot of yens.
There's a lot of accessories. There's 2 3DSs. We got every launch game, which we'll be doing some coverage on in like the weeks to come and showing them off. So it's a lot, but you guys are worth it. We love you guys. Totally. What else we got? And are you able to play the 3DS charging with the charging dock? If Takeshi wants to, actually, no, I'll bring it over here. I have the black model in the charging dock. You totally can. I don't think, the one thing we should say is if you do take this approach, I don't know that this will fit in the cradle, so yeah. So this is how it is in the charging cradle. It works just fine. And yeah, I think we are done. Unless anybody at home or on Twitter has any other questions, we're going to continue to do some things here. The stuff that we weren't able to show you that we will be showing you later in video form is we are going to do a test. Mm-hmm. Sean is going to load up his Nintendogs and he's going to kick on Street Pass and we're going to send him walking around Akihabara. I myself am going to fire up Street Fighter and I'm going to walk around Akihabara for like half a day.
Exactly.
And I'm going to see if anything happens. And then we'll get back to you about, after we've walked forever, if that unlocks anything. Because don't forget, the pedometer actually gives you coins that you can open stuff in games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got a lot more people wondering about the 3D effects. We've got people wondering about, the operating system and all that sort of stuff. Those are things that we will be able to spend more time with, get a better feel for as time goes on, and we'll be posting our impressions on the site. We'll be doing some features on there, so make sure to check out all the 3DS features that we have on the site, and we'll be doing more with the 3DSs over the next month because the North American one doesn't come out until the end of March, right?
Yep. So we're almost 30 days away.
Yeah,
exactly.
30 days away. So I'm sure we'll be doing plenty more with our brand new toys as the upcoming weeks draw closer. But
all right,
for now,
final thoughts for you?
This right here is my final thought. This. You can see it right here. Yes. Thumbs up. I like this thing.
This is pretty cool, I think. I've still got to mess around with the 3D and make it good, because what I'm discovering, final thought here, is that I tend to want to play it like this. Just to try and get the 3D right. So I want to try and not do that. Also, big test is we're probably going to try and play this on the plane ride going home. Mm-hmm. So it'll be fun and exciting to see whether or not Sean gets stopped by security with that, and how it handles jostling. So that is the beginning, the end, but also the beginning of our 3DS coverage, which we'll be doing in the weeks to come. But we hoped you guys liked this. We had fun doing it. This is Sean's very first wait in line for a game system in Japan experience, and he enjoyed. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed it. I've done this a couple times. Even with Takeshi, who's behind the camera, who's very happy. He wasn't in line all night like we were for PS3. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. We hope you guys liked it. We hope you like that view of what it's like inside Yodobashi camera. We're going to be doing a lot more in the weeks to come. And just so you guys know, next week, GDC, a lot of fun stuff there.
All right, so everybody, thanks for watching. Again, Sean, Ricardo, Chris, and Sophia, back to you guys.
Thank you, Sean and Ricardo. And folks, I would love to say that obsession with bedazzling is just the kind of thing that flares up when he's in Japan.
I can't believe they just ruined my 3DS. That was supposed to be mine, and now that they've like messed it up with all the glitter, I don't know if I want that.
Well, they got the plastic case on there,
just
so
rip that
you
right
can,
off.
yeah, just pop it off,
Sean,
and
what are you
then
doing?
don't dispose of it because Sean will be very upset.
Yes.
As you can tell, he gets very attached to it.
I can tell.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here today, folks, during our live broadcast from Japan. 3DS launch is very exciting. Of course, 3DS launching in the US later in March. That's the end of our broadcast, pretty much, but it's not the last live broadcast you're going to be seeing out of these studios. Now, is it, Sophia?
No, that is true. So next week is GDC. So we have 2 live shows coming to you guys, Thursday and Friday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So be sure to tune in for that. And if you guys like the whole Twitter thing, be sure to follow us at GameSpot. You guys can tweet us your questions throughout the week. Follow us for all the latest news. And yeah, we like doing it. So hope you guys enjoyed watching.
I enjoyed it. And yeah, agreed. Now, folks, join us tomorrow for your regularly scheduled TOTS, and next week for GDC. Now, for everyone backstage overseas, I'm Chris Waters.
I'm Sophia Tong.
Saying thanks again, and have a great weekend.